Greetings and welcome to the arcade. This is episode 30. In this episode, we will begin the process of transforming a dedicated Taito cabinet into a Zookeeper. This is one of the games that we acquired from my good friend Rob Burke recently during a trip to his warehouse. All right, let's get this started. This is the first of two major arcade projects that we are taking on this fall. This is September 22nd, 2016. The first major project we are taking on is a dedicated Taito cabinet. As you can see from back here, you can see it's still got the tag on it. I think at one time this was a Jungle Hunt or a Jungle King. And we are going to create a Zookeeper. We're going to make a Zookeeper out of this cabinet. We're going to use the J-Rock board. We think it's going to be difficult to come by a dedicated Zookeeper, so we're going to go the J-Rock route. But with all dedicated parts, we've got side art, we've got the control panel overlay, and we're going to have the marquee and the bezel all here soon. So right now, our first step is to actually gut this cabinet. Let's go around back. You can see pretty big mess, and there, like I said, there's the board that somebody converted this to a Sega System 16 game, JAMA. We're gonna strip all these parts out. We've even got a new Wells Garner 7000 monitor to put in this thing. Right now it's got the Wells Garner 4900, and we're excited, very excited to have a Zookeeper. All right, everybody, let's do a little progress report on the Zookeeper. We have we just added another coat of citrus strip. This stuff is nasty. I have a timer going. After about 1 hour, I am going to strip off the paint to see if I can get that down to a place where I can sand and put a little of Bondo on it to smooth it out. So we got some work to do here. We applied another coat of citrus strip on this side. We are literally making progress. As you can see, it's almost down to the board. Yesterday we applied the citrus strip to the entire cabinet, and we were successful in getting the side art and the black paint off of this cabinet. This cabinet is cleaned, and it is ready to, almost ready to apply the side art, but we do have a couple of Bondo spots to do. There's a fill spot here on the corner, the back corner, or the back edge, and there's also a spot over here that we need to do a little Bondo there to smooth it all out. So once we smooth this out, or do this fix and smooth this out, we will be ready to apply the side art. We've made some progress on the Taito cabinet. We actually applied some Bondo to a few spots. You can see here, this is a spot that we are doing repair. Let's swing around to the front. There's a spot here in the very front that I actually made a repair. And you can see here, there is a spot right there on the side that I made a repair. So this cabinet is almost ready for the side art. Then we'll get to the electronics phases. I have installed the first side of the side art, and I gotta tell you, this is the first time I've ever done side art installation, and it is not something I enjoy doing. It was very difficult, a lot tougher than I thought. I'm not overly thrilled, but it could have been worse. And I think the most difficult thing about the side art is lining up the edges and making sure the artwork looks good around the corners. A little different than the Atari vinyl, where the Atari's got the white, it doesn't have a border. This Zookeeper has a border, a blue border, so it was really tough to line this up. So, okay. So it is Sunday, and this might be one of the last good weekends here in Ohio for the arcade restoration season. So I'm gonna work really hard to get this side art installed. One thing I did that I kind of worked out really nice is this cabinet has bolts in it, as you can see right here. What's cool about the Tadio cabinet is it's kind of put together with brackets, and I really like that for a structure standpoint. You can take this cabinet apart and actually do work on it. What I kind of did this time is I started at the top, and I actually rebolted these areas to provide a natural placeholder for the artwork. So once I got the top down, I actually put the bolts back in, and so forth. I just kind of followed it all on the way down. So more bolts here and more bolts down at the bottom. So all right, everybody, hopefully we're gonna do a lot more game playing soon. We've done too many restorations, too many acquisitions. It's time to play games. Ian, what are you working on?
This game.
What part of it?
This part of those parts.
Yeah?
I'm taking off.
You taking parts off?
Then I go, this is not what. Hold on for a second, I'm getting another one.
So I'd like to try something here. I struggled yesterday lining up the artwork for this cabinet. So today I created a template, so to speak. And this template really is a guide to letting me install the other side of this artwork, and more of a match, an exact match of this side, so that it looks more professional. So this is really my first attempt at actually installing side art on an arcade cabinet. So it's a learning curve, and I'm pretty pleased with how this has turned out so far. Like I said, I created a little bit of a template, and I'm hoping it makes the next side a little easier. Right now, we had a little trouble with the T-molding. The T-molding would not fit in the slot. So what we did is we used a little Gorilla Glue, and we definitely we took some tape, and we were able to get that in the groove real tight. We didn't use a whole lot of glue. We were very, we know that this glue spreads a little bit, but all we need this T-molding to do is take a grip of the, actually we just need this to grip. So we're hoping that we can get this, this dries and sticks to the point where we can get this in the basement this weekend. And we're hoping that we could get a playable game going this weekend. We still got to work on the control panel. So that's one of the other phases of this project, the control panel. And we got to do the electronics. We got to install the electronics. As you recall, yesterday we actually put a little Gorilla Glue in the gaps where you put the T-molding in the grooves. And today we're going to remove the frog tape that we used to keep down, to secure it, to keep the glue in place. And this Zookeeper, we're going to do a final cleaning on it. The Zookeeper will be ready to take downstairs, and we're going to start to populate the electronics, the monitor, and pretty excited. We're hoping to have an up and running zookeeper by this weekend. And Rich from This Old Game has confirmed that he has sent out the marquee and the monitor bezel. So we are very excited to complete this project and play zookeeper. All right, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Arcade Hollywood. Special thanks to Rob Burke for setting me up with the dedicated Taito cabinet. Stay tuned for more episodes on the Zookeeper project. Once again, wanted to give a shout out to my good friend Mike Miller and his band Origami for providing me with all the excellent music for this channel. You can check out Origami at origami.tumblr.com. Coming soon to Arcade Hollywood, we will have an all-access tour of Doc Mac's Galloping Ghost Arcade in Chicago, Illinois. We will also feature Brian Collin, the creator of Rampage. And we will have a new project update to start. It's the Bally Midway Dedicated Journey. This is a great time to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget, you can check me out on Twitter, Arcade Hollywood at Hollywood Arcade. We are also out there on Facebook and Google+. Please email me with any comments or questions at discohollywood1@gmail.com. All right, this does it for another episode of Arcade Hollywood. Until next time, rock on.